what's up guys? Nikki here. I'm new to this whole thing, but I figured I'd give it a try, Every YouTuber has to start somewhere. Wow, that was oh. I got situated here. I realize I should probably also take my headphones out of my laptop so you can actually hear me. I'm already a mess. Alright. I have my phone off to the side here, so if I'm like looking that way, there's a phone right there. Okay. I don't know how much of this mess you can see over here, because I'm not neat. Yeah, so, looks like we're going on. Hi there. I can't really see. Let me see if I can. Okay. Yeah, so, my idea is to start a new channel. Obviously, I've been watching this YouTuber. His name is Brandon Ferris. I highly recommend him to watch. He's hilarious. He's a vlogger. Supposedly he's a vlogger. He usually just ends up ranting about something. But I like him. He's a very entertaining person to watch and to listen to. Yeah. So once more people start to come on, I will start doing a Q&A. That you guys can ask me questions, and then I will answer. So, yeah. Yeah. So, I don't really know how YouTube works yet, simply because this is my first video ever. So I could use all the support that I can get from you guys. Comments, feedback, anything. I could use it all, because I'm new to this, so I need help from all y'all. Yeah. So, most recent thing that happened to me was today. I went to my mom's concert. She's in a volunteer group band. And so I went there today, and we were sitting in the concert, and it was in the middle of this song, and this guy's phone started going off really, really loud, and it wouldn't shut off. And he was like, "Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm a volunteer fireman, but, I couldn't help it." He gets up and he goes out of the room, and he comes back and he sits down and he's like, "Okay." And then the phone goes off again. He's like, "Come on." He gets up and he goes out. And then he comes back, and then he's on his walkie-talkie, because firemen have walkie-talkies. And, yeah, so he was sitting there talking on his walkie-talkie for the rest of the concert. But, goodness gracious, I'm falling over. I'm clumsy. You guys, I'm clumsy. Very clumsy. So, yeah, any questions you guys might have, feel free to comment, and I will answer them. So, I know I've had a couple of people come on so far, but everyone who's come on has left, immediately. So I'm waiting to have some steady people on here so I can start actually talking and getting a Q&A going, so that I can start interacting with you guys, so that we can get somewhere with this. So any questions you guys might have, I will answer them. Some things about me, senior in high school, almost about to graduate, 50 days-ish left before we do graduate. I fidget with my hands a lot. You're going to notice that a lot as I talk. I talk with my hands and I fidget a lot, so yeah. So not much about me. I play saxophone. I have a saxophone sitting over there. I play bari sax right now in my band in school, but I'm usually on alto sax. But my band director decided that with my 2 months experience, it was enough to put me on bari sax, and I'm small, and that thing comes up to my waist. It is quite fun, but it's also very challenging. But I love the challenge, really. Um, and I'm gonna kind of miss it when I graduate, not being able to play that anymore. You know, it's been a part of me, but I'm just glad I had the experience to try something new, instead of just always playing the alto and getting the melody and all that. So having the bass line's been interesting, and but I'm kind of excited to go back to my alto once I get off of my bari sax. So we'll see. I'm also really good. Well, not really, but I mean, I'm more decent than most people at archery. I used to be on a team that was called JOAD, Junior Olympic Archery Division. And you get little pins. You'd shoot at these targets. You'd get scored for like your score, and then at the end of the night, they would add it all up. And then if you had enough points, you would get the next pin up. I'm at the like third to last right now, I think. And I kind of dropped out of JOAD because then I got a job, and it's hard to balance work, school, and that. So you gotta set your priorities somewhere. So those are my two biggest hobbies, music and archery. I also have a guitar and a violin, both of which I'm not good at. I definitely need to start putting in more time and practice with those. I know a couple of songs on my guitar, but they're all just like, none of them use chords. They're just one string songs. I mean, I can play songs, they just aren't really much of a song, so no chords involved. And on my violin, it sounds like a dying animal. I mean, you can't. Yeah, I'll get there eventually, possibly, if I decide to actually put time and effort into it. I see that I have one person who's been staying on for quite a while. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask me, feel free. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep talking. So yeah, prom's coming up in like 2 weeks, which is interesting. My last prom, senior prom. And I have my dress. It's sitting right there. I would show it, but there's a possibility that my boyfriend, who I'm going with, could be on this live stream, and I don't want him to see the dress. So just take my word for it. It's pretty. And I already have like hair and makeup set up for that. Something about me though is that I am very tomboy. I'm wearing a sweatshirt right now. I mean, my everyday dress is sweatshirts and jeans, and I never do my hair. Like, I get in the shower, I brush it, I dry it, I brush it. That is my hair routine in the morning. And I never wear makeup. The only time I wear makeup is when I wear mascara, and that's only for special occasions, like dances, concerts, the like. But, yeah, so those are my biggest things coming up in my life. In a few weeks, well, more like a month, I have my final concert with my school band. We call it the spring concert, even though it's more of a summer concert because it's in May. But, so it's going to be pretty exciting, kind of emotional, because I've been with this conductor since I was in 5th grade, and now it's 12th grade, and I'm going to be losing her as a conductor, and she's been an amazing conductor, I mean, and hilarious. She's been a huge part of my life for a very long time, so losing her is going to be a little bit hard, but yeah, so is life. Move on from it. Who do we got over there? Hello to you. Hi. Right now? Dude, I got nothing in my system. I can't just spontaneously burp. I am one of those people who could just spontaneously burp. I don't have any pop nearby either, otherwise I could just chug it and burp. How does... Okay, give me a tip. How does one make themselves burp? Any ideas there? That's one of the strangest things. Can you spontaneously burp? I find that kind of an odd thing. Okay, now you're just laughing. Okay. I mean, I can probably do like anything else except for out the other end. I can't force myself to do that either. Although I have been pretty gassy today, so that's a TMI, I'm sorry. Nicole, you're on YouTube. Okay. Sorry, I have no filter sometimes, especially because it's almost 11 o'clock at night and I have school tomorrow. It's fine. Oh no, my camera's freezing. Stop it. Stop it. Stay connection. Okay. I have Facebook. Yes, I do have Facebook. I have Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. All the social medias. I should have probably put that in my description somewhere. But my Facebook is my name. I have my nickname here. But just look up, I don't know if you like send me your Instagram. I can just tell you it. Here, wait, let me actually that moment when you don't know your Instagram off the top of your head. I'm pretty sure it's 23Nikki2, but I don't remember. Hang on, yeah. It's 23Nikki2, no caps in my name, and nothing is underscored or anything. Yeah. So. Now I'm off topic. What was I talking about? I was talking about prom, I think. Maybe tomboy stuff. I don't really know. I scroll. Okay. I get distracted easily. Like, I got him over here commenting. But there's two of you who are staying on, which I'm kind of impressed by. Kind of wondering who the other one of you is. You're just anonymous. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys probably weren't here when I said this, but I fidget with my hands a lot, and I also talk with my hands a lot, so if you see a lot of hand movements, don't mind that. That's my class ring, by the way. Yeah, so. Doing this is kind of huge for me, because I kind of have extreme social anxiety, and it gets bad. But, you gotta go outside your comfort zone somewhere, somehow. One of those words. So, oh, someone gave me a like. Thank you to whichever one of you two just gave me a like. Yeah, so I've kind of been inspired by Brandon Ferris. I don't know if y'all have heard of him. He's an awesome YouTuber. He's on Facebook as well. And he's a comedic vlogger, which is kind of what I want to go for eventually with this channel. But as of right now, I just kind of need to establish myself and start getting subscribers and whatnot. So I'm going to be doing several live feeds over the next couple of days. I probably won't post tomorrow because I work tomorrow night and I won't be home until close to 9 o'clock, and I'm going to be exhausted and my hair is going to be a mess. Even more so than right now. Because I have to put it up into a bun, and by the time I take it down, I look like I have a lion's mane. So, it gets crazy. Yeah, that's entertaining to think about. Yeah, so I have 2 jobs currently. One of my jobs is more laid back. I work for my grandma. We have a family-owned business. And I'm basically a maid, for lack of a better word there. I keep her house clean, and stuff, and put up decorations when certain seasons come around, like Christmas, Easter, St. Patrick's Day, Thanksgiving, all that fun stuff. And then my other job is more serious. I work at a cafe. I'm just a crew member, but we kind of do everything. Like, nobody has one set job. Everyone does everything, which is extremely exhausting. you're on cashier, you're like a cashier 1 second, and then the next second you're making the food or doing dishes. Like, and all of our food is homemade, and so we have to like do a lot of prep work for foods. So like, we have to like portion out meats and like sauces and all that fun jazz. It's ridiculous. But okay, you tell me to wait a minute. What? Did I say something wrong? I've been tripping over my words a lot. I have Invisalign too, which kind of hinders my talking a lot because I have plastic stuck in my mouth. That kind of makes it hard to talk. I'm waiting a moment like he told me to do, so now I'm just kind of stalling to see what he is trying to have me wait for. Until I find out, I'm just going to keep talking. So, yeah, work. So, yeah, my jobs aren't that hard. I mean, I get half off my food when I come home from the cafe at night. So, and if you work with one manager, I won't name her, but one of my managers, man, she don't care about the rules. She'll give you free food that night. You can just take whatever you want home. It's awesome. So you don't have to pay. I actually work with her tomorrow night, ironically enough. So I get free food. I mean, I don't always like try to count on it, because, you don't want to go there like expecting to get food. Because then if she's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're not going to, then I won't be as like downfall about it. Oh jeez. Okay, my legs were cramping. So I know there's a lot of people right now who are hoping that we won't have school tomorrow because it's been snowing / sleeting all day, but it's supposed to die down tonight, and then it's supposed to warm up tomorrow, so all it's gonna melt anyway. So I wouldn't be at school, but yeah. My boyfriend said he was gonna come on here at some point, but I haven't seen him pop up yet. He probably fell asleep. He told me he was getting tired like a little while ago, so more than likely he fell asleep. I could text him, but that'd be weird because I'm talking to y'all now. And by y'all, I mean that one person who's still on here. I assume it's the person who's been commenting. Yeah. You confirmed it, thanks. So, go tell your friends. That's in a different language. I think you're saying that you're from Colombia. If I know anything about any sort of foreign language. Anyways, so yeah, today was fun though, because I completely like zoned out on the fact that it was snowing out. So I wore my tennis shoes, okay? The ground is covered in slush. And I'm in tennis shoes that are extremely well ventilated. Oh my gosh, my feet got soaked within minutes of walking outside. And then for the rest of the night, my feet were wet and cold, and it was miserable. And I kept complaining about it. My mom was like, "You did this to yourself, Nicole." And I'm like, I know I did, but I also forgot it's April. It should not be snowing. That's Michigan for you. It's like one day it's 70 degrees and sunny and awesome, and then the next day it's 30 something and snowing and horrible. Michigan life. My feet are actually still cold. I'm just noticing that. But how old am I? I'm 18. I just recently turned 18 actually, and my birthday was last month. Yeah, so yeah. My feet have been cold all night. I've been trying to warm them up. I feel bad for my feet. Other than that, I don't feel like cold. Like my body doesn't feel cold. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I physically do not feel cold. Just my feet do because they're weird and because I kind of was dumb when I went outside. So, but the concert went well. With my mom's concert, they played a lot of really good music. I didn't really record much of it because most of the songs recording worthy ? But I have one up on my Facebook of their last song. I did a live of them doing that. And then on my Snapchat story, there's a few clips from one of the other songs that they played. So, what is it with you and trying to get me to burp? I can't do that, dude. Anyways, I mean, not that I can't burp, but I can't burp on command. There we go. Yeah. So I'm just trying to get myself out there right now, trying to get people to start seeing my channel and hopefully spreading the word, telling people that they like my channel, and then I can try to get a halfway decent channel going, because it's my hope that I can start getting up there with all the big people like Brandon. Brandon Ferris is my idol. He's the one who inspired me to do this, okay? Because I've been watching his videos a lot recently, and just seeing how carefree he is. He acts like he's not being recorded. He just talks and is hilarious about it. So I'm kind of trying to hopefully be like him, but I don't want to copy his channel because that's not right. So yeah. I'm trying to think of another topic to talk about. Other person disappeared. That's just me and you again. I've only been able to get up to 3 at most so far. Hey, person who's still here, go tell your friends to join. That way I can hopefully get more people. I'm desperate. I put it on my Snapchat story, and I gave them my YouTube name, so I'm hoping that they see it and they come here. I could be real trippy and start an Instagram live feed and just do both. I feel like that's a really bad idea. I'm not going to do that. Geez, I've been going for almost a half hour already. Anyways, so my favorite music, I don't really have any favorite specific song that I like. I have a few favorite artists, like Lindsey Stirling, Two Cellos, them two, Snapchat. Yeah, but overall I kind of like music that has a lot of bass in it. I have a 2004 Honda Pilot, and the bass in it is better than it should be. So I like to challenge my car to go to its limits, and I have actually, some of my speakers are broken. They don't function as well as they used to because I've been throwing so much bass at it these past couple of years. And I just recently updated, actually last night and tonight, I've been working on updating my playlist on Spotify so that I can have different music, because a few months ago my ex broke up with me, and it was kind of a traumatic experience because we'd been together for a year, and so 98% of my music tastes at that point were from him. So I was okay, something needs to change here, because every time I would listen to my playlist I would remember him, and I'm yeah, get out of my head. So I was I need to fix this. So I fixed it, and I got a new Spotify playlist, and it's awesome. I think I haven't tried it out in my car yet. That's why I'm kind of hoping we have school tomorrow, because I want to be able to try it out in my car. But yes, probably within the next half hour I'm going to have to end this, because I have school tomorrow and I have to be up at 6:20 in the morning. So yeah, but right now, for the next half hour at least, I'm probably going to keep going unless I run out of things to talk about, which is already starting to happen, which is why I'm kind of relying on you guys to help me. So yeah. I don't know what else to talk about. See, because not much happens in school. I mean, with my berry sacks, I had a kid accidentally knock his tuba over onto my saxophone, and it's currently broken and in the shop because he broke one of the keys on the thing. So I've been out of commission from playing. Oh wow, frog in my throat. I've been out of commission for playing for 2 weeks as of this week. So tomorrow I'm taking my alto to school because I'm tired of not being able to play. So yeah, I need to get out to the range more and start shooting more. My archery skills are really starting to go downhill. Oh dear, now I'm yawning. Stop it. Okay. I kind of wish that we don't have school tomorrow, but like, I have a very bad feeling that that's not going to happen. Mouse. Because we had, during February, we had a whole week off of school from snow days because we got hit with a blizzard, and then shortly following the blizzard, the temperatures dropped into like the negative 40s in the span of a week. So they were just like, okay, school's just off for the whole week. And then the following week, we got 2 more days off because we got hit with another blizzard. And so the governor had to like be like, okay, I'm gonna excuse that week where you guys had school off because everyone in the state just about had to cancel school that week. So we're just gonna forget it and give you guys those snow days back. But we basically had like a second spring break because we got a whole week off of snow days. It was awful. I mean, it was wonderful because you got to sleep in, but at the same time, you have nothing to do because, you're snowed in and it's cold out, so it's not like you can go out and do stuff because you're going to freeze when you go outside. So, oh dear. Yeah, that was interesting. The biggest highlight from my senior year so far has been my senior tour. So at my school, we have 2 bands and 2 choirs. Wind Ensemble is our lower band, generally for freshmen and the people who don't make it into symphonic band, which is usually freshmen. But there are some upperclassmen who sometimes get kicked out and have to go down to Wind Ensemble. And the symphonic band is audition only, and then you have the chance of getting in, and yeah. And then there's mixed chorus. They sound absolutely dreadful. They are composed of practically all freshmen because Golden Voice, the top choir, doesn't allow freshmen in. Whatever. No, like, even if you're like the best singer in the world, you cannot get into Golden Voice as a freshman. You have to wait until the following year. So, and then it's Symphonic Band and Golden Voice who go on a tour. And we like just kind of travel the Midwest. And so this year we didn't really go very far. We went to like, okay, I'm gonna be a true Michigander here. Okay, Michigan. We went like there, and then down into Ohio. And we were starting from, this is all backwards to me. We started from like here. Where's Saginaw? There. And then we went here and then there and then there. Yeah. So we didn't go very far. Like my first tour, we went to like Kentucky and Wisconsin and Louisiana, and like we went all over the place. And Ohio. And my second year, we went to like some of the same places, same states, I should say, not same places, but same states. And then this year was like Ohio and Michigan. Wow, way to finish off your senior year. But we got to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is located in Ohio. And I love rock music, especially like 80s rock. I know that's like very cliche because everyone likes 80s rock. If you don't, shoot. But, yeah, so we got to go in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I think I have, it's over there. a picture from when we went there. Uh, I went in with a group, my boyfriend and his brother, and when we first got in, uh, they put you in this like little area and they give you guitars, and then they have you all like line up back to back ish, and then they take a picture, and then you can choose to buy it later on when you leave the museum, which I did. I mean, it was like $20, but I still got it. I also bought some other odds and ends. Like I have a Lego thing that I bought there as guitar. I'm into building stuff. I really like hands-on things like Legos and the like. Yeah. And so that was fun going there, like seeing some things that I like forgot had existed. If you want to say that. And they had this like really cool like room where you could basically have like a 3D rock concert experience. Like the seats would like vibrate with it. And they'd have like strobe lights and all of this jazz. It was great. Speaking of jazz, I'm in a jazz band with my bari sax, which is so much fun. Because we don't have any tubas, and so I am the tuba because I'm the lowest voice in the entire band. So that makes life interesting. But jazz music is the most fun when you are on saxophone because jazz music is made for saxophones, basically. So when you're on bari sax and you got that bass line and you're just like blasting out those low notes, granted you don't have the melody, but who cares when you can just hit those low notes as much as possible. Oh, it is great. And I have my friend who sits next to me plays tenor sax, one of the best tenor sax players I've ever heard play, and he's a year younger than me. And man, me and him just crack jokes the entire time, and we make fun of each other jokingly about our playing and stuff. But man, that bari sax hitting those low notes like the A and the B, way below the staff. For those of you who aren't musicians, I'm sorry. You have no idea what I'm talking about, but just hitting those low notes in jazz music and just like the groove, everything's relaxed, and it's awesome. Our conductor basically doesn't even conduct us. She just starts us, and then she'll like walk away and dance while we play. And most of us will dance while we play because jazz music is awesome. Ow. I have a lot of stuff in my bed right now. Yeah, I love jazz music. I think it's my favorite genre to play. But like my main concert that I'm in obviously is symphonic band, because you know that's like an actual class at school. Jazz band is an extracurricular. We do it after school every Thursday, except for this Thursday because it's Monday Thursday. I go to a Lutheran school. Yeah, and symphonic band is like an actual class. Like I have it third hour. We have 9 class periods, which freaks a lot of people out. They're like, oh my gosh, how can you have 9 class periods? Oh my gosh. And we also have chapel in there somewhere. So basically we have 10. Well, it's 9.5. But it's not as bad as you think. Each class period is only 40-something minutes long. And it goes by faster than you would expect. Most people are like, oh my gosh, we only have like 5 class periods or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, but yours are also an hour long each. Mine are 40 minutes long each. Let's put to Tuesday. And we have late start Tuesday. And we start on at like 8:30 something. Then our classes are like 30 something minutes long. But that's because we start 30 minutes later, too. So it evens out. But man, jazz music. I remember last year when I was on my alto with the jazz music, I absolutely hated it because it was so hard to play because you would get the melody all the time and it was just absolute goodness graciousness. I can't swear in here, so I'm not going to. It was bad. But now that I have the bass line, I'm happy. And our alto sax players don't even play. They just sit there. And they just kind of like blow air, but it doesn't make any sound. So you have Caleb, the kid who sits next to me actually playing what they're supposed to be playing because he lines up with the tenor line, matches up with the alto line very often. So he's usually covering for them. And then there's just me blasting out low notes. It's great. But yeah, as of right now, I don't even have an instrument to play with because, tuba falling on saxophone bends key, makes instrument have to go into the shop, makes me unhappy because I've been 2 weeks without an instrument to play, and I'm so desperate that I'm taking my alto in to school tomorrow because I'm tired of not being able to play. I'm having, withdrawals from not being able to play. Yeah, it's bad. I would have played over the weekend, just to play, but yesterday I just wanted to be lazy. Let's be fair here. We all have those Saturdays where we just don't want to do anything. You just want to sit there, and you want to lay around, you want to play Skyrim, or whatever video game you prefer, and just do nothing. In my case, it's Skyrim. I'm addicted to Skyrim. So I just sat around all day playing Skyrim, and it was the best thing I've done. And today I was busy from about 2 until about 8 because, concert for my mom. Geez, I'm talking fast. I hope y'all can understand what I'm saying because I'm talking fast and I realize that. I have a second person who's been seeming to stay on here longer than I expected. Hi. I don't know who you are. You haven't commented anything. But yeah, the peace signs on my wall. I went through a phase. Also, that sticky note is covering a hole in my wall. Because when I play my video games, I basically sit right here against the wall. And the one time I went on a rage fit and I took my controller, threw it into the wall, and I literally put a hole right there. And so I took a sticky note and I just stuck it to the wall. My mom has never noticed. I have multiple sticky notes around my room. They each have different quotes on them. Inspirational quotes. So I can just look at them and just get an inspirational quote. That one is purely there just to cover the hole in the wall. But the peace signs, I went through a phase one year when my mom had this friend coming in from out of state. She's like, "Oh, we need to decorate your room, make your room look nice for her. You also need to clean your room." I don't keep my room up very well. And I was doing okay. And then I was like, well, okay, peace signs, because why not? Because I went through this weird phase where I loved peace signs for the longest time, and I was just addicted to them. I don't know why. So now my room is just plastered with peace signs everywhere. Oh, I did a thing to my hair. Go down. Okay. So, yeah, that's that. That's that. I don't know how much of the stuff in my bed you can see because there's a bar on the bottom of my screen that kind of blocks from here down. So I don't really know what y'all can see from there down. So I'm hoping y'all can't see too much. Go over there. Not that I have anything. I have a controller, I have my phone, I have a mouse, I have a robe. There's me. So I have school tomorrow. I don't want to go to school tomorrow. I'm having a serious case of senioritis where school just doesn't matter to me anymore because it's just I want to be done. It's already April. Let me out of here. But sadly, that's not how school works. So I gotta fight through it for another 50-something days. But I'm not too worried. I've been doing pretty well so far, I think. I mean, as of my most recent report card, I had all A's and B's, so I must be doing something right. I used to be horrible in school. I would get C's and D's on my report card. Not gonna lie, I was bad. But this year I've been picking it up a lot more, which I'm kind of proud of myself for. I've been doubling in English classes this year a lot because I like reading a lot. I love to read. Absolutely love to read. One of my classes, we read the entire Lord of the Rings series. Well, by entire, I mean the first 3 without The Hobbit because my teacher is weird. So we didn't read The Hobbit. I currently am on my own reading The Hobbit when I get a chance to, but in one of my other classes that I'm taking this semester, we are reading Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. So I've been more consumed with that. So I haven't had much time to read The Hobbit, but I'm pretty far through it. But I remember we went on a field trip with my fantasy class, because that was the class that we read The Lord of the Rings in, and we went to like this nature reserve, and we got to sit in the woods and read our like section, and it was awesome because I'm a nature girl. I love to be in nature. I've been to several national parks and hiked through them, and it was amazing. I've stood on the edge of cliffs. I've almost come face to face literally with a mountain goat who was chasing us down the path. Seen a few bears from a safe distance. Never come close to being hurt by one. Stuck my feet in glacier water, which, if you're wondering, glacier water is basically just ice water but colder. I could only keep my feet in for 5 seconds. We were all hot, and so we were trying to cool down really fast. We're like, ooh, glacier water. So we all stripped off our boots and our socks, and we stuck our feet in, and then immediately regretted it. I have pictures of it. There's all sorts of pictures on my Instagram from all of those, the times where we went. Like, I've been to Glacier, I've been to Yellowstone, I've been to the Grand Tetons, I've been to whatchamacallit, Devil's Tower, Mount Rushmore. Yeah, I've been to a few places. But the catch is, we didn't fly from here to Montana, where those national parks are. Nah. Ooh, Liliana. Did I say that right? Liliana? Hi. Hi. We didn't fly there. Sorry if I butchered your name, I really didn't mean to. We drove there, and I'm from Michigan, so this hand makes better sense. That hand. I don't. You need advice. Okay. Go away. Go ahead. Wow, Nicole. Go ahead. And I will keep talking while you type. That moment when, so you type your thing, and then I'll keep talking, and then I'll answer your advice thing. Okay. So anyway, so we're from Michigan. So when we went to Montana, we didn't fly there, we drove. So we had to go from here up into the Upper Peninsula, down into Wisconsin, over through the Dakotas, and then into Montana, which, if you're wondering, takes approximately 2 days if you don't make many stops. Like, that was driving straight through. You have a 6-year-old sister, okay? That was driving straight through with taking very minimal stops. Like, I'm talking hardly any bathroom breaks and really only stopping for gas when absolutely needed. Like, we would go until almost empty, and we'd drive for like 15 hours. That is the weirdest question. We would be driving almost 15 hours every day at a time, sitting still the entire time. Dude, I'm 18. You think I know? I don't even know how to clean my own belly button. I don't know, take your thing in the shower head, and like spray it up in there. Google it. Google is your friend. I would say use a cotton swab, but is mine dirty? I don't know. I don't really watch it. I mean, I have an innie, so I would assume so, because innies get dirty a lot faster than usual. Ow, get out of my way. Okay. My leg is starting to cramp from sitting in the same position for the past 45 almost minutes. But, so yeah, we were driving for like 15 hours straight on the way out there, and on the way home. Well, on the way home it was more relaxed because we were stopping a lot more. But, we also went to the Badlands. I forgot to add that one. The Badlands were awesome. Honestly. Like, because going from like 30-something degree weather in the Grand Tetons and Yellowstone, and then going to like 90-something degree weather in the Badlands was just like huge change, and it was awesome because I got to run around in a short sleeve shirt and jeans and be free, and it was awesome. And I got so many pictures from that trip, so many. I couldn't even upload half of them onto my Instagram, but that was my home. Like, I love being out in nature like that, just being in wildlife, like seeing, like, I saw animals I didn't even know existed. Like, I forget the name of them, but they were basically, don't mind my brother in the background, they were basically like kind of like beavers, kind of like groundhogs. I don't really know. They were like these weird things. It starts with an M. I remember that much. I just don't remember what they're called. In my head pops mammoth because I play Skyrim and I'm like, mammoths, because mammoths are in Skyrim. I've been playing Skyrim way too much recently. But yeah. So I have an adorable little nephew who just recently learned how to walk, and when he walks he has his hands up in the air like this. He just waddles. And it's hilarious when he walks because he just waddles. And he doesn't know how to talk yet. He just yells at everything. He'll just walk up to you and just yell at you in gibberish. And you just have to sit there and go, oh, really? What a nice story. Marmot, thank you. He knew what I was talking about. Hey, I know you. Hi. So just waddle up to you and just scream at you in gibberish, and then he'll start laughing. And then his favorite thing is to get up on couches. And he doesn't like to crawl up on the couches. No, you have to pick him up and drop him, which sounds horrible, but he absolutely loves it. You pick him up and you drop him, and he just like starts giggling like crazy, and it's awesome. Just plop. He just starts giggling, and then he'll get up and he'll like crawl down, and then he'll like reach up again, just plop. It's great. He also loves playing peekaboo. If he's on a couch and you like hide under the armrest and then pop up and go peekaboo, he'll start giggling like crazy. Oh, someone's daring me to do something. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna wait for that to come through and keep talking. Sorry, I'm like kicking the thing that you guys are sitting on, so that's why camera just went crazy. Yeah, so I love having him over. He's exhausting though because he's very high maintenance because he's only like 1 year old and he's adorable at the same time. I love him. Show my feet bottoms. No, I have warts. I mean, that's one way to get a subscriber. Y'all want to see my feet? I'm warning you, I have warts though. Yeah, I don't know. No, I ain't doing it. Can I just show one foot? Can I show the foot that isn't infested? That's the best way to put it. Wait for that response. Anywho, so yeah, he's just the bestest little nephew you can ever have. And yes, I realize I said that in bad English, but man, you're desperate to see my feet, ain't you? I ain't gonna do it. And that's why I can only show the one foot that isn't infested. Infected. That's the word I meant to say. Anyways. I got another like. When did that happen? Okay, I haven't been paying attention enough. I've just been watching how many people are on here and the comments. 45 seconds. If you go down to 5 seconds, I'll do it. Anywho. Marmot, I'm so happy that you, like, reminded me of what the name of that thing is. I have a picture of it on my Instagram, actually, I'm pretty sure. Unless if I get rid of that picture. I have a lot of pictures of bison right now, because when we were in Yellowstone, that's, like, all you saw was bison. Just everywhere bison. But I can't even remember how far back I had to... Do I even have one on here? I have a moose. It's not the same thing. Oh, oh, no, there it is. I do have one on my Instagram. There is a picture of it. They are. There were so many. We had one that we named the Mother Herd because every time we saw them, they had little baby bison with them. And the baby bison were adorable. Like, here, I have a picture of one of them. I gotta find it, though. Like, baby bison are even better than, like, normal bison because they're, like, little adorable, little fuzzy little things. Yeah, so, where the heck did it go? I know I have it on here somewhere. Did y'all know that there's toilets out there called squat toilets? Because there are, and they were the weirdest thing. I didn't realize that it was actually, like, what it said it was. So I had to, like, actually walk up to this toilet and literally squat and go to the bathroom. Anywho, I saw all sorts of animals on my trip. Like, I saw black bears, I saw bison, I saw moose, I saw antelope? Is that the right word? Some sort of deer. Cows. There were a lot of cows and bison. Is it bison or buffalo? I never know which. Like, I saw a grizzly bear, kind of up close, but I was in a car and it was on the side of the road, kind of down a valley slightly. So it wasn't like, oh my gosh, you're like in danger. But when I saw the black bear, she was with a cub, and I actually got out of the car to take a picture of her, but I was like quite a few feet back. So it was like I wasn't close at all. She didn't even recognize me. The picture was like super blurry that I took because it's like I'm way back, and I have to try to get a picture of her and her cub without like disturbing her because otherwise I'd be dead, and that would be bad. Gosh, I know I have a picture of a baby one. I just don't know where on here I have it. I see I have a grown one. I don't. There's Old Faithful, which is a geyser for any who. Oh, I found it. Okay, yeah. So this. Where's my camera? It's a baby bison, and they're adorable. I actually have some hair samples over there from a grown bison. They shed during the summer because they don't really need their woolly coats, obviously, because they get too hot. And one time when we were walking down this trail, there was just like clumps of it everywhere where they'd been rubbing up against a tree and had been shedding off of them. It was awesome. And yes, I did pick it up. But yes, I did wash my hands immediately following. So I have some tufts of bison hair over there. It's really coarse. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's really coarse. Like, it's kind of like a dog's hair almost. Like a short hair kind of dog. If any of y'all have been around dogs like that, you know what I'm talking about. Like, dog hair is kind of stiff. That's kind of basically the comparison I can make it to. That's the only other time I've felt an animal that had coarse hair. Unless if you have coarse hair on your head, which would be weird because human hair is supposed to be, flowy. That was really bad too. Anyways, I remember doing this one. There was a lot of squirrels though, and like people had been feeding them, so like they would run up to you and just like sit next to you when you had food. And then if you weren't careful and you like put your food down and turned away, they would grab your food and run. It happened to a few people. Like, they had trail mix or whatever, and then they, like, put it down, and they, like, turn to, like, go into their pack for something else. Then the squirrel would run over and grab it, and just run away. And they turn to grab it, and they're like, wait, where did it go? That was entertaining. I got to pet one. So it came up next to me, so I, like, lured it over to me with a piece of food, and then when it went to grab it, I, like, touched it, and it, like, kind of startled, and then it was like, what? And it just, like, looked at me. And then I just kind of grabbed the food and ran. That was funny. Yeah. The most exciting animal story is definitely getting chased down a trail by a bighorn sheep. It wasn't just me, it was a huge group of people. There was probably close to 40 of us in that group. Because we happened, like, my group was only had, like, 10 people at most. I think it was like closer to 5 or 6, but we got like mixed up with this group as we were walking back down the trail, and then all of a sudden someone comes running up and they're like, "Guys, move! There's a sheep coming!" We're like, "Dude, we're not gonna fall for it." And then we all look, and just up the trail, there is a bighorn sheep charging down the trail. We're like, "Oh crap!" Everyone panics and just starts running, which on a very narrow mountain trail can be very bad, especially because there was a lot of like roots. You know what I'm trying to say? Sticking up out of Michigan accent, sticking up out of the trail. So like there was people who were like tripping. A couple of people fell. Phone's doing a notification, and chaos. One of my group members actually fell and hurt her knee. No one got hurt other than that. I mean, we didn't get trampled by a sheep, so I mean, it's something. So yeah, that was that. We got to see a couple of mountain goats running up and down a mountain. I don't get how they do it. Like, there was nothing to stand on, but they were standing on it. It's kind of like in Skyrim when you just kind of are standing on the side of the mountain and there's nothing to stand on. You're just standing there. Trippy. But, and it was like, I saw this little tiny thing called a Pika once. They're absolutely adorable. And no, not Pikachu, who's also adorable, but this is real life. I once saw a Pika. These little balls of fluff. I don't know how else to describe that. They're little balls of fluff. They're literally round. And they look like mice, but fluffier. And I remember I saw one. It was the most adorable thing. And I went to like grab my phone to take a picture of it. But then it ran away. So. That was sad. But it was like a ball of fluff. Anyways. Out of all of my trips to national parks so far, I would say that my favorite was probably in the Badlands and or Yellowstone. No, well, Glacier is pretty high up there too, but the Badlands for sure, because it was warm for one thing. I mean, coming from 30-degree weather to 90-degree weather, it's like you're in Michigan again. 60-degree switch. Anyways. And then, like, it was much more open. There's a lot more places to climb, even though you weren't supposed to climb them. I still did anyways, because I don't care. It was just really cool, all in all, because, like, you got to see things you normally don't get to see. And sleeping in a trailer was interesting, because in Yellowstone, you literally have to sleep in a trailer. They don't allow tent camping because they have such a high bear population that they just don't want anyone to get mauled in their sleep. So, they do have backpacking options, though. Do that at your own risk, because you will probably die because there are bears everywhere. I actually saw a guy, oh my gosh, I forgot about this, who almost got charged by a bison. We were sitting there, and there was like a herd over on the side of the road. Everyone was stopped taking pictures. And this guy, even though multiple times we had been told, do not aggravate, or, like, you know, go after the bison. Whatever you do not aggravate the bison. They will charge. Guess what this guy did? He wanted, like, the perfect picture. So he gets out of his car, and he goes over, and he's, like, trying to get the attention of it, and this was the mother herd. They had calves with them, which is even worse. Because any animal is extremely protective of their babies. So not only was this just a bison, this was the mother herd with babies. So this guy gets out of his car, he's taunting the thing, and he's like trying to get it to like come at him, and like so he can get a good picture. Well, he got his wish. and almost died. He was like walking really close to the herd. You're supposed to stay at least, I think, 100 yards back or something like that. I forget. I don't remember. Oh, I hit an hour. I said I was gonna go 5 minutes ago. You're talking. Um, so they, yeah, so he's taunting this thing, and he like approaches the herd, getting way too close, and this bison sees him and like starts to like snort, like warning him to back off, but he wouldn't. And then it just like full force ran at him. Poor dude just started sprinting back for his life to his car, and it just kept chasing him. And it stopped eventually when they got closer to the car. But gosh, that guy almost died. That was probably one of my favorite memories in that respect, seeing a guy be stupid. I actually have a book that is like all of the stories of people doing stupid things in the park since its opening. Um, it's been kind of entertaining. One of the stories was really sad though. This dude's dog jumped out of his car and like jumped into one of the hot springs, which aren't named that for like nothing because they are extremely hot. He jumps out of the car and jumps into one of the hot springs. Basically died immediately. The guy didn't care. He wanted to save his dog. So he runs over and he jumps into the hot spring, sustains full body 3rd-degree burns, head to toe, goes to the hospital, dies in the hospital that night because his burns were so severe. Like, dude, what did you think was gonna happen? Yeah. Like, even though they had signs everywhere, people don't care about signs. They want to get that perfect selfie, you know? Because that's just the culture we live in. I'd rather sacrifice my life. I just recently saw an article on Facebook from the news channel that I watch where this guy was trying to take a selfie on this cliff. And he was like backing up to try and get to the edge of the cliff, but not watching where he was going. He was watching the camera. Walked backwards off the cliff and died. Yeah, I actually have a picture on here where I'm literally standing on the edge of the cliff. Like, I take one more step, I fall off. Type of standing on the edge of the cliff. That's like, that was back in Glacier. Yeah, I literally am standing on the edge of a cliff. And, yeah. That was, my dad was like freaking out. My stepmom took the picture. My dad was like, Nicole, get away from the edge. And Denise is like, let me get the picture first. My dad's like, Nicole, get away from the edge. And I'm just like, but it's cool standing here. So, yeah, my stepmom took the picture, and then I reluctantly backed away from the edge slightly. And then my dad came over and like held on to my backpack because he didn't trust me. But when we went to Yellowstone last year, there was a point where we were climbing up this trail. We thought it was a short trail. And then this guy came down, he's like, oh, you still got a long ways to go, like 3 miles or something. Which is long for when you're walking up a hill. Like this there was no like up and then you get a little bit of a thing and then you get to go up. No, this is just straight. And at some points it goes like, not really, but it was bad. But this guy was like, yeah, 3 miles ago. We're like, ah, ha, ha, ha. You know, we thought he was joking. Yeah, we found out very fast that he was not joking. It took a very long while to get up there. And this was literally the top of a mountain. The winds were like, I don't even know how hard. So hard, in fact, that I had a person standing next to me. We had to link arms and like lean forward and brace ourselves because we were almost getting thrown off of the mountain from the winds. And there's a picture I have on my Instagram where like my stepmom's like, oh, go over by the sign that tells you like the name and the elevation you're at of the mountain. And I'm like, but I'm gonna fall over. She's like, okay, here, grab onto your dad. He'll take you to the sign. Hold on to the sign, and then he'll come back over and grab you again. So sure enough, my dad, like, we link arms, We walk over the sign, and he's like, "All right, grab the sign." So I grab the sign, and he lets go, and I like almost fly off. So in the picture, I'm just like holding onto the sign for dear life. Hair is flying everywhere. Oh my gosh, that was the craziest thing. It was awesome though. Um, and there was like a point where there was like an ice wall on either side of you that was like higher than you were, so like all you saw on either side of you was ice, and it was like walking through an ice tunnel almost, except for it didn't go over, which was kind of cool. uh, so that was interesting. Uh, but I suppose I should probably end this soon because, gotta be up at like 6:20 tomorrow morning because I got school. Chris, you should probably go to bed too. You have school too, you go with me. Still salty about the berry sacks. I'm bringing my Alto tomorrow. Even if it's fixed by tomorrow, I don't care. I'm bringing it just in case. Yeah. Any final questions, comments from you guys before I go? Because otherwise I'm going to get going for the night, and I probably won't update again until at least Tuesday, or maybe Wednesday, because I work tomorrow night, and like I said, lie in Maine when I take my hair down from work. So, yeah. So I'm not getting nothing from none of y'all, so I'm just gonna assume I'm losing my voice. Sorry. I'm just gonna assume that you guys don't have anything else to add. So just spread the word to your friends, subscribe if you would. Like, I don't want to be that kind of YouTuber. It's like, comment, and subscribe. Like, I guess that is kind of what you gotta do. But y'all do what you want to do. I ain't gonna force you to do nothing. So tell your friends. I'll try and update as daily as possible. But, with work and school, it gets kind of hard. So I'm gonna definitely say don't plan on tomorrow because I'm gonna be tired and sore, and it's gonna be late. But Tuesday I should have time. So look forward to Tuesday. Come back again. And yeah, so thanks for going on and staying on, you two. Even though one of you I go to school with, and yeah. Yeah, and thanks for the likes. I'm assuming it's from the two of you who have stayed on. And yeah, so Chris, will see you tomorrow, and other dude, keep being cool. And yeah, so night, y'all. Maybe. Wait, there we go.